This is the #1 greatest build my tiny peewee brain has ever created. Everyone kept asking about it, so here it is, my Pyro Greatsword build. This build prioritizes fire type damage, then maximizes that using fire buffs and high faith scaling, with a little bit of strength. Our main entree is dual wielding the Banished Knight's Greatsword and the Blathmus Blade. A very handsome couple indeed. Any greatsword could work, technically. I mean, you could use the Flambarge or something if you want. You don't need the Banished Knights, but it does scale very well with faith and strength. The power stance gives us a strong moveset, a good balance of speed and power, with some really strong jump attacks. This has always been effective against bosses, even this giant ugly bastard. Even he is not safe from my Pyro Greatswords. Though I will admit, he did kill me a couple times. You motherfucker. Also, this setup is very flexible. You could easily switch out the left-hand sword for a Sacred Seal instead and cast incantations. With the Banished Knight sword in our main hand, we're using the big daddy of all weapon arts, Flaming Strike. It's got that beautiful wide fire slice, dealing poise damage, really great for stagger and guard break, plus it enhances flame onto our sword. That is going to be extra fire damage on top of already using the flame art infusion. So yeah, we're really just going all in on fire and faith scaling. Which is why the Blathmus Blade is a perfect partner, because it already scales with faith and deals fire damage. So we got a perfect synergy here that we can enhance with pyro buffs and with a high faith level. Fire buffs such as Flame Grant Me Strength, Flame Shrouded Cracked Tear, and even the Fire Scorpion Charm. It's funny, man, because everyone always uses Flame Grant Me Strength to buff every single type of build. But this build, this is really what this spell was intended for. Flame Grant Me Strength feels right at home with this build. With the Blathmus Blade in our offhand, we still activate that lifesteal effect that heals you and still take advantage of its power without needing to spam its weapon art like a cheese ball. But of course, that option is there if we are tempted to do so. Just switch over and hit L2. As a side dish to this build, we have Pyro Incantations, baby! Because prioritizing a high faith level, obviously we're gonna use fire spells. I give you permission to have creative freedom with what spells to use, but I recommend using the Godslayer Seal and then casting a combination of Black Flame and Giant's Flame spells. Long range, area effect attacks, close combat, Black Flame and Giant's Flame got you covered. For example, as an area attack, Burno Flame spell actually deals much more poise damage compared to the Black Flame ritual. And even though it takes longer to actually get off, Burno Flame is better for bigger enemies, like a boss. On the other hand, the Black Flame Fireball is faster, costs less FP, and deals damn near as much damage as the Giant Flame Take Thee spell. So, in this situation, Black Flame is best for singular enemies. Though Giant's Flame Take Thee has that huge AoE explosion I know we all very much enjoy. Now, here's a tip for the Scaring Black Flame. When locked onto an enemy, sometimes this spell just fucks off into the air and hits nothing. It's better to free aim this attack, angle it a bit downwards, and allow it to fly back up. Makes a big difference. Since we have such a strong focus on buffing our fire damage, any pyro incantation will be strong. Hell, you can even use frenzy flame spells. Just don't use them too much. You might fly a little too close to the sun.
Take a look at this bald, wrinkly guy drinking orange juice. There he is, drinking it. And, oh.
Now I have another weapon option for this build if you want to get spicy with it. Same stat split with faith and strength, but used curved swords instead. Let's go. Yeah, I know, I talk about Magma Blade all the time, I know, I'm sorry man, but listen, finally I've perfected the Magma Blade setup and found a way to get even more damage out of this. So dual wield with a flame art infused curved sword and buff the offhand sword with Flaming Strike. This power stance moveset is a gold mine for successive attacks. A single running attack is 4 hits. That's already enough to activate the buff. Look at that, man. Look how quick that damage racked up. Stack the Winged Insignia, Millicent's Prosthesis, and even the Thorny Cracked Tear. Use a Flame Art Bandits or Beastman sword, then activate Flaming Strike simply for the buff, just for the extra fire damage, then switch back to the power stance, just start wilding out with successive attacks. You're then able to use the Magma weapon skill, which by the way scales with Faith. So a super high Faith level is how you get these insane numbers with that Lava weapon art. The fire damage and weapon art scale with Faith, but Magma Blade's regular attacks scale with Strength. This is a secret ultimate weapon for cheek clapping connoisseurs like you. Yep, watching this right now, like you, my friend. By the way, real quick, down below there's a link where you can get all types of dope Elden Ring merch, like hoodies, accessories, and even cool anime stuff too. There's a bunch of cool shit on that site, so go check it out, support the channel, and use my discount code for 10% off. If you want to hop into PvP, then yes, this build is great. Though in PvP, you probably don't want to dual wield. Instead, use just one great sword with Flaming Strike and a Sacred Seal for incantations. The Giant's Flame Take Thee spell is like the only spell you really need in PvP. It can do everything. Huge fireball explosion at far range or up close. Yeah, it's awesome. You can switch it up with a halberd also. Halberds are great for poking people, and I know we all love poking people. Now, you gotta remember, we do want a bit of strength too. First of all, it helps with the weapon scaling, and also, Flaming Strike, the actual fan of fire, that damage scales with strength. Having a full 80 strength can make the Flaming Strike a beast, a freaking one-shot to most enemies. So, at level 125, this is what the stats are looking like. On this build, I typically wear the Crucible Knight armor with this ugly ass helmet. And no, I don't wear the helmet for the strength increase. No, I wear it because I want to look ass ugly. It's a fetish of mine, alright? By the way, I'm doing a part 2 of the top 8 weird and fun builds video, so if you have any unique build ideas, comment them down below. Drop a like if you enjoyed, and thank you for watching. I'll talk to you later.